Yo, what's going on guys? So in today's video, I want to talk about exactly how I signed this 10K per month client and the kind of like the inner workings of how I actually managed to get this client through email. It took a lot of back and forths, like around 30 back and forths on Gmail between me and my client right after they booked an onboarding call with me, as well as after the first initial sales call. And we actually went through 4 sales calls before actually managing to actually sign a contract and get onboarded. So many YouTubers do this, or many SMMA people and gurus online actually talk about how they actually managed to get the client to actually start working with them. Printed out on the Google Doc, I think it'll be really valuable for you guys to actually learn how to actually approach emails and how to actually approach responding to clients. So without further ado, let's dive in. So if you guys can see my screen right now, this is the initial Calendly booked call information. So they were currently sitting at 300K per month in terms of monthly revenue in terms of USD. And of course, you always have to preach the desired monthly revenue on your onboarding form in Calendly. And they wanted to hit 1 million plus, which we managed to do in one single month right after that. So we already hit their goal in month 1. And that's how we were able to actually charge them more money from month 2 onwards. So this was the initial Calendly book call. They're just starting up and they had no idea how to approach email marketing and EDMs, and they just kind of wanted to really start scaling up. They were losing a lot of money on the back end without actually just having flows and automations in place. So that's why they reached out to me. And if you guys didn't know, how did they actually manage to book a call with me? It was through LinkedIn, right? I always preach that you guys should do cold email, you guys should do LinkedIn, you guys should do Facebook groups, you guys should be posting content and just sharing a lot of value in terms of the expertise and the services that you guys provide. So always make sure to put your agency, put yourself out there and start building a brand around yourself. It's really important that you guys do that. So if you guys see some big guys in the space like Brian Moncada, he has a YouTube agency, he's the owner of adsman.com. He has a personal brand as well as pushing his services a lot, and he's also running ads. So that's the kind of strategy you guys want to be putting, right? So this was the initial book call. So let's first take a look at the first initial email. So I'm not sure if you guys can see on my screen right now, but this was after the initial sales call. So the sales call, I pitched the services. I showed them a little case studies and testimonials from our current clients. And I was like, hey, this guy's name was Ted. I was like, hey, it was great seeing you on the call. Feel free to book a spot for next week and loop the founder in. Really excited to speak to you both, and we'll send a proposal by the end of the day, because a lot of times these big companies, they do like proposals. So make sure you guys have a pitch deck on point. If you guys want me to make a video on how to actually start build out a really nice and sexy pitch deck, comment down in the comment section down below. I'll make a video for you guys and have it up by the next video. But yeah, this was my initial e-com agency. We've actually merged those 2 agencies, my 2 agencies together under one parent agency now. So that's called Growth Spray Digital. And under that is one e-com agency and one info product agency, where I serve info products, content creators, course creators, help them sell their digital products, right? So this was the initial email I sent them. And let's scroll down here. So this is Ted's reply. He was like, hey Hugo, including Karen in the email thread. So Karen was in charge of their backend at that time. So she wasn't really doing much, but they hired her in-house to actually look after and be on top and on track of the EDMs, SMS, the backend, just making sure that customers are getting notified of their orders and stuff. So they wanted to loop Karen in and loop Adam in. So the next question that Ted had for me and for my agency was that, do we operate on a retainer basis? And I actually didn't answer his question. I actually asked him to actually hop on a call. I also got his contact on WhatsApp and WeChat. He was operating in China at the moment. He was in Shenzhen, I believe, working on product development. So we had WeChat and also had WhatsApp. So I was like, hey, on the sales call, could I have your WhatsApp and WeChat number just so we can stay in touch? If anything come up, or if like emergency or something like you want to contact us, you can always hit my phone up, right? The next response that I had for Ted and Karen was, great speaking with you guys today. I actually hopped on a sales call with Ted and Karen. On the first call, it was only Ted. They just wanted to know more about us, the services that we provided. So I was like, hey, great speaking with you guys today. Attached are some email designs, because on the call they actually wanted to see some email designs. I did not have it ready on the call, so that was a mistake by me. But I managed to really quickly compile a list of our case studies or designs ready for them, just to send it over right after the call. So attached are some email designs we did for our clients, along with some SMS flows and Klaviyo flow examples, just for them to actually take a look and provide actually some value to them, right? This is how we run flows for our clients. This is what they look like. And yeah, if you guys want us to actually handle that for you full time, then you guys are just gonna have to sign with us, right? So I also included the PDFs here of the mock-ups, the flows, and then on the call they asked me, how do you guys charge? And we were like, okay, so we charge 10K per month, or we charge 2% of all email and SMS sales, and they turned that down immediately. And at that time, I was also, I hadn't really charged performance at that time before too. So I was like, okay, so maybe we should charge maybe a 5K retainer plus, let's say, 1% of email sales, which wasn't really, it wasn't really realistic for them. They wanted to just pay a monthly retainer and then have everything taken care of, regardless of how much money we make them, because we ended up making them around 1 million a month in terms of back-end sales. And if we took 1% of that, that would be what? That's like what, 10K? So it'd be kind of like the same thing, but we just decided to hop on a 10K monthly retainer, and he asked, could you send over the contract for us? Memorial Day is coming up soon, and we want to get started straight away. And that this was a great time for us, honestly, perfect timing, because they were just eager to capitalize on that sale, and they wanted us to come on board, right? And this was an email I sent to him after. I was like, sounds great, let's do it. I'll send over a contract tonight. And I also really just quickly and subtly pitched, we'll do a 6-month term to start off, rather than starting off with 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I wanted to secure a 6-month contract. 1 year might have been a little long, considering that they just kind of knew me. So 6 months seemed like the middle ground that they were okay with, and he was like, sure, sounds good. So I attached the contract for him. Let me know if you have any questions. And then he replied with, well received, thanks, right? And then nextly he sent me, okay, please please see the attached contract commented by our lawyer. So he had few things here and there that they wanted us to change up as their lawyer advised them to. And I obviously ran through what their lawyer really added onto the contract. It wasn't really anything like big or anything. They just really wanted to change up a few services here and there, and also the termination the termination date, the notice, right? How many days you need to give them before the notice. I'm like, hey, let me know if there are any further changes. And then their lawyer asked Ted to let me know that, I'm not sure if you guys can see this right now, it's kind of a long email here, but he said, just one last thing regarding the contract period, and also we're not happy with the results. We want to end earlier within the 6 months. Is there a reason why it's a 2-month notice rather than a standard, let me just make it smaller, standard 1-month notice? And for me, I was just personally happier to provide a 2-month notice, because it gives us time to really, if we were not generating results, it gives us a little time to actually help them do generate results, right? If we were not able to generate results. Of course, you don't want to have that, but I was like, we do this with all our clients, but if for any reason you're not satisfied with our results, I can adjust the contract to a 1-month period. I was pretty cool with it. When we sent an updated one over, sure, right? Ted said, sure. I think 1 month is more reasonable. I'll arrange the contract signing. So pretty much here is when the contract was signed. I was pretty excited with my team to onboard this 10K per month client. And I was like, hey, Ted, here's the signed contract from my end. Let's get this. Looking forward to kicking this off. That's what Ted said. That's what I said, right? And then I said, after the invoice is settled, you can go to the onboarding page below. And I actually didn't attach it on the email, so that was my mistake. But he was pretty cool with it, and that's actually how we, got started, right? So a lot of people don't really talk about, how they actually manage to sign it. It actually takes quite a lot of work, assuming it's, it's a 6-figure per year deal, right? So you guys want to be making sure that you accommodate them really well. You guys think through your replies. And a lot of people don't really preach how to reply to clients and actually approach conversations really well. It's kind of like a life skill. You don't want to seem too pushy, and you don't want to be too desperate for the sale. These guys were actually actively looking for another agency on the side whilst they were talking with us. He was pretty transparent with me as well. He was like, hey Hugo, not gonna lie, man, we're currently talking with another agency, but the reason why we went with you instead of that other agency is because they seem like they have a lot of clients, and they provide so many different services. I'm just not sure if they'll provide us with the time and attention. And I was like, yeah, man, we're experts at this. We pretty much do this. We live by this. We're always in the trenches. We only do email and SMS. Obviously, sorry guys. So like the camera's battery cut off, so I just have to really charge it real quick. Yeah, guys. So that's why I always preach why it's super important that you guys start off by offering one service, very niche down service into a specific industry, and then actually kind of offering them more services down the line. So that's actually what I did down the line. I offered them sales pages, I offered them to build out flash sale funnels for them through Gen pages, and then sold them on a monthly retainer for those, for ongoing management for those as well, on top of email and backend. So that's kind of what we did, and we also provided strategy in terms of ads, in terms of creatives. Actually, also, they also sent me a free product from their warehouse for me to actually review, just for me to be able to write better emails and to understand the product better. So it's really important to build that relationship with your clients and then upsell them after that. So that's kind of it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys saw some value in just how to actually talk to clients and how to onboard them. And this is a 5-figure per month client, and I'm sure that most of you guys are working on your way there. So if you guys really enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe, and I'll give you more value in the next video.